excellent work. Each year, the classmates select, their valedictorian. This year was a special honor, and it goes to Eric Dietrich of Lucan, Ontario. Eric is an agriculture diploma graduate, and he plans to continue his studies in agribusiness in Western Canada this fall, and then return home to the family farm, which is a 3,000-acre cash crop farm. And so it's extremely exciting for me to welcome Eric to the podium and to listen to the valedictorian speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. Classmates, honorable guests, faculty, parents, family, and friends. It's a privilege to speak on behalf of the class of 2013. Thank you for the honor of having the opportunity to share a few stories and special memories with you this afternoon. The fact that your fellow classmates see you as a leader and think you'd be an excellent candidate to represent the valedictorian speech is an exceptional feeling, but there's always a little catch. Always. It didn't hit me until everyone was congratulating me on this honor during a pub event when I realized I was responsible for delivering a powerful motivational speech in front of a very large and distinguished crowd. Something I'm not used to, but I'm going to give it my best shot this afternoon. I live on a cash crop farm, and during the spring planting season, some of my friends had called while we were putting the crop in to ask me if I had written my speech yet, like there wasn't enough going on already. I kept this speech in the back of my mind and thought about how to bid a final farewell to my classmates and our school, the University of Guelph Ridgetown campus. So why did we all choose Ridgetown over other post-secondary options? This important question reminded me of a little story that I would like to share, and I hope all of you here today, including OAC Dean Rob Gordon, will enjoy it. So there's a new graduate from a prominent school of agriculture. This graduate decided to start a chicken farm. He bought a farm, cleared the land, prepared the ground, and ordered 10,000 chicks, then proceeded to bury them up to their necks in the ground. Although he watered them every day, they soon died. He was determined to follow his dream, so he ordered another 10,000 chicks, and this time he buried them head down. Although, again, he watered them and weeded them, they soon died. Frustrated, he emailed the dean of school and described all he had done. Explained he wasn't sure where he went wrong. After a few hours, he received a reply from the dean. Please send soil samples. Here at Ridgetown campus, the faculty, professors, instructors, and students are very applied and practical, and that's certainly been to our learning benefit. And just like the recent graduate in my story, each one of us wants to achieve success and has expectations for the future. Our education here at Ridgetown has provided us with an important start, and as we all know, Ridgetown is not just any other school. It is our school. This campus is full of bright young individuals eager to succeed in whichever academic field they have studied in, whether that be agriculture, equine, horticulture, environmental management, veterinary technology, or veterinary office administration. Ridgetown students give 110% to the responsibilities, whether it's academics, sports, as well as some of us put the same 110% into our social activities, and that has led a few of us getting into some trouble. Regardless, we are now ready to accept the challenges the professors and staff have laid out for us and begin the next phase of our lives. We know we still have so much more to learn, but after having experienced so many great teachers and students here, I'm confident saying Ridgetown campus has helped model exceptional individuals and future leaders who will make a difference in their communities today and tomorrow. I value the formal education I've received to this point, but probably the most important thing I've taken from this college experience is the many relationships we have developed. We have all made friends, some who we'll be in contact with for the rest of our lives. So now that we're graduates, we should reflect on this important moment. The great author, Dr. Seuss, reminds us of an important message in these words. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And yes, there's been a lot that's happened in these 2 short years. It seems like just yesterday my parents dropped me off at the doors of Steckley Hall residence, and the feeling wasn't like walking into any other building. The atmosphere was bouncing with excitement and delight. I was thinking, this is going to be great. But then I opened the door of room 129 and I was thinking, this is it? 2 of us have to live in here? This is a pretty small room. How are we going to fit 2 fridges and a couch in here? We managed. The senior students were extremely welcoming and accommodating. As the first week went on through classes and orientation week activities, great friendships and relationships began. Many nights, friends were overflowing into the hall of that little residence room. Despite the odd fine and the cafeteria food, we also revised our residence experiences. The second semester flew by, and before we knew it, students were making plans to live off campus and Ridgetown various housing options. Some luxurious, some not so much. By the end of the term, everyone was itching to get home and start their summer jobs. The Aggies were like coons in a cage when lovely weather arrived. They couldn't wait to get home and let some dust fly in the fields. The horticulture students were looking forward to landscape or garden center jobs. The animal students, the equine, vet tech, and vet office administration students were looking forward to working with large and small companion animals. The environmental management students also had their own summer jobs. For whatever reason, we were having to leave campus, but many of us kept in touch from year 1 to year 2. Year 2 was much the same, with much more vivid and colorful memories. Again, it was the people we were with that made it so much fun. Our Ridgetown experience had a lot to offer outside the classroom. We had opportunities to play in sports competitions with 3 other OAC campuses, Alfred, Kemptville, and Guelph. Each year, Ridgetown campus was well represented at this event. Not only did Ridgetown students excel at many specific sports, I don't think the other provincial campuses, or the Holiday Inn for that matter, will ever forget we were there. A campus tradition and a highlight that happens each spring is the Spring Expo Open House. Students are involved in livestock shows, plant sales, barbecue fundraisers, and displays. This welcomes parents and the local community to campus. With a lot of hard work, this event was once again a big success, and we ended the weekend off with a formal dinner and enjoyed great tunes from the River Junction Band. There's been a great deal of extracurricular activities like intramural sports, where the students and staff got teams together to compete in on-campus leagues throughout the semester. I'm sure everyone will agree we all had a hard time trying to win any floor hockey game against the boys that lived at 74 Main. There was never a dull moment. Weekly campus pubs always had a theme, and let's just say students got very creative. Fundraisers such as Movember auction and the boys' entrance at the Valentine's Day auction will never be forgotten. All of these awesome activities happen with support from student council and staff. There were extracurricular activities that also happened within the town limits. For the most part, it was just a bunch of innocent fun. But with a below average winter for snowfall, this did not dampen the boys' enthusiasm for snowmobiling at Ninehead. Let's just say we found our own snow. When a spring and a nice day did present itself, you could always find students doing what they most enjoyed, which ranged from sitting around with friends, people throwing around a baseball, students walking around town with their pets, or you'd see a line of pickups leaving town indicating it was time for a little beach day or a crop tour. The Ridgetown community was more than accommodating to our class. The local Legion offers special pub nights. Many of us have memories from the local bar, the Arlington. Here, some of us enjoyed a drink or two, and we learned that many of us farm kids were born with 2 left feet. There were some nights that definitely won't be forgotten. Then again, for some, there may be a memory too that may be a little fuzzy. There are endless highlights to our 2 years at Ridgetown, even in the classroom. There were some interesting debates in Mr. Loomis' livestock systems class that he had described as one of the most vocal and outspoken classes he had ever taught. He didn't think the 2 words, supply management, could raise a full hour of debate on numerous occasions. Throughout the school semesters, there were many other fond highlights. We all remember our instructors' metaphors. I remember Dr. Dave's little games that helped us remember plant science concepts. Or when Justin Livingston got whacked over the head by a roll of wrapping paper because he had a different opinion on soft issues than Mr. Mark Cajun did in his presentation on succession planning in Mr. Litwin's class. No matter your academic program, we all have these special classroom memories that will be with us for decades. We have built lifelong relationships as well as a great deal of knowledge that will help us as we go forward. We are thankful to the people who have made a difference in our lives. I would like to thank the graduating class and the entire student body for making outstanding and memorable learning life experiences for each of today's graduates. Thank you, campus staff. Thank you to our staff mentors and professors for their expertise, talent, and creativity in helping us to learn and help us think about important questions. Thank you to our parents, guardians, grandparents who have taught us countless life lessons and have been with us through many milestone events, including this one. Thank you for teaching us our values, giving us deep roots, and giving us the courage to never give up on our dreams. You have offered us so many opportunities, and now it's our turn to take those opportunities and make a difference. As a final thought, we are not going to miss the quizzes, midterms, exams, or the cafeteria food. But we are going to miss being together. Smile when you're thinking about those Ridgetown memories. Be who you are and live out your dreams with no regrets. Enjoy the opportunity and put your best foot forward and have fun. Always remember where you came from. Make sure you know where you want to go, but never forget where you were along the way. Ridgetown. Congratulations, class of 2013.